Welcome back to the GSD podcast. Today we got part 3. Let's kind of talk about your health then, because you recently, and I don't know your whole health story yet, so you talked about starting to kind of go down that journey. What got you started? Was it going through this program? What inspired you to start taking care of your health, and how have you felt now that you're taking care of your health in a positive manner? How have you felt that impact, just every aspect of your life?
I think it's a funny thing with health. For me, anyways. I always played sports. I always played sports at a pretty decent clip. Very competitive. So I've got that athletic drive. What happened though is that I was never I've never looked like John Cheplack. I've never looked like you, that's for sure. But I've kind of been in the middle. So with me, I've always been back and forth. Am I going to the gym? Am I eating right, or am I not? And I can safely say that over the last 5 years, I have not. It was just too easy. 3 kids, blame whatever I want to blame. It was a choice that I wasn't making to get there, do it, hammer it out. And I think that when you start getting into that process, it just leads to good things. I mean, it might not be for everybody, but when you start treating your body right, eating clean, hitting the gym. For me, the gym is a great way to burn off negative energy. It's a great way for me to actually catch a high because I'm going to do it full tilt. And it just fuels into everything else. Along with my relationship, like we take our kids to the gym now, and that's just a family event. And it just develops good habits, man.
Yeah, love it. I tell people all the time, if you don't change anything in your business, just keep it status quo, but you start increasing your health, your business is going to improve. You get more energy, you have more certainty, you have more confidence. I mean, it's in every aspect of your life improves, like you said, your relationships. I mean, it's pretty epic, pretty amazing. Now you're a dude that, and I know a lot of it's, through, you talk about your systems and whatnot, but I mean, you're a dude that has grown this epic, amazing business in a very short period of time. You also have 3 little kids. You're now taking care of your health. You're married, and it's not just the systems. I'm sure there's more to it than just that. But how do you? I hate the word balance because I don't know if it necessarily exists. But how do you make sure that you set the compartments, or what do you do to really make sure that, okay, I'm being the best entrepreneur I possibly can when I'm there, but then when I'm with my kids, I'm being the best father I can be. How do you, I guess we'll just use the word balance, even though I hate it, but how do you balance it, dude?
Bro, I'm nowhere close, man. I'm at a point right now where, my biggest focus is owning every choice, feeling good about every choice. And that relates to personal, business, body, mind, spirit, soul, all of it. So to balance it all, and I don't really like that word either, but I just did an editorial on balance, ironically. For me, it's about making sure that whatever I do, I am committed to. If I am going to be working, I want to crank, man. I want to crank deals. I want to, recruit. I want to train. I want to see success. If I am at home, I want my phone going off. I want to engage with my, family. If I'm at the gym, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to chat. I want to bang out weights and, catch that high on a treadmill or whatever it is. So for me, it's not really about balance. It's about committing to whatever I do.
Yep. Focus, man. I love it, dude. It's people, when people sit there and bitch about not having enough time, it's like, dude, you got enough time, man. You just lack focus, period. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. So I dig it, man. So what does a typical day look like for you, dude? What's, I don't want to say typical day, but let's just kind of talk about it. I mean, do you have a morning routine that you do? Do you have a daily routine that you hit? Give us kind of a lowdown of what that looks like, including everything from your self-development to your health to your work to not necessarily little tasks that you do at your work, but those hours that you're focusing on, then hours maybe you focus with family, like that, incorporating your self development, maybe journaling that you do, kind of break that down, how that looks.
Sure. And that has drastically changed, I can tell you, in the last 12 weeks. But right now, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., I am at the gym at least 5 days a week. Following that, I am usually into my office for about 6:30, 7 a.m. And I can bang off so much work in an hour because it is completely silent, right? So I find that my productivity level for business is excellent at that time. That is usually where I will do a lot of my my lead generation that doesn't need to be done where I'm going to bother someone calling them at 6 in the morning. Following that, I am typically going to be home before my kids go to school, hang out with them, see them off, or at least, have breakfast with them, or whatever that looks like, play with them a little bit. Work day, basically, 9 to 3, 9 to 4. I'm going to say 4 out of 6, 7 days a week. I'm going to be coaching one of their sports at least 4 days a week, probably between 5 and 7. And 7 p.m. on, I would say 7 to 9 is going to be transactional side of the business. If I have to do an offer on a property or list a property, not even anymore. Usually people that are listing, that's going to be done during the day on my time. But after that, it's either home time or recently I'm hitting the gym twice a day.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Awesome.
Big fitness goals, but I got to keep up with you guys.
Yeah. Well, it's just like one of those things, and I know as drivers we can be, our patience is one of those things that is the hardest thing I think for some of us to control. But it's just chipping away. Consistency, lack of consistency, the biggest silent killer to anybody's success, and it's just it's not about hitting home runs, dude. It's just every day getting on base. And then all of a sudden, blink of an eye, dude, 2 years goes by and you're like, holy shit. You're in the most epic shape you've ever been in your life, and people that you haven't seen for a while can't even recognize you.
Yeah, it's so true. Even before I started with John, I was doing this 90-day toxic cleanse. No booze, no, no crap food, eating clean, hitting the gym, and then he's just dumped me on my head to want to really make it happen. Right now, I'm fully committed to it. I actually finished 90 days today, and we're just going to keep going, man. Like, I do not want to, lose momentum in that side at all. So where everybody's saying, when are you going to party, or what, when are we going to go grab a beer? It's not happening anytime, anywhere soon.
So that 90 days is no alcohol, hitting the gym, clean eating every single day, 90 days straight.
Yeah. I mean, I have my, you have your slips, but no alcohol whatsoever. Which is a game changer for me, and just allows for so much clarity, focus, everything. And then the gym's a big deal. So now I'm just really trying to commit to even cleaner eating, supplementing, just doing the right things to really focus in and hit that fitness vibe full tilt.
Yeah, and I think, and I really encourage all of our listeners to really just embark on that same journey. I mean, it's like we'll go out there, maybe we'll buy an expensive car, and we'll go out there and put like the highest premium octane fuel in it, but then we're just stuffing shit in our face all day, and then we sit there and bitch and moan about how we don't have energy. One of the biggest questions I get, dude, is, or not kind of statements, is, dude, I'd give anything to have your energy level. And I'm like, really? And like, yeah, I'm like, I'll tell you exactly what I do. I'm like, dude, 12 years ago, I was obese, couldn't even make up a flight of stairs. I'm like, this isn't like a natural, genetically born thing. I mean, it's intentional from, every aspect of my life, certain supplements, certain ways that I eat, when I eat, because it's how we fuel our body, dude. So you put all this fancy fuel in your car, but we don't treat our bodies the same way. And I think if we learn to do that and use our body as this vehicle to go out there and just create this badass life with, dude, life just becomes so amazing and epic. It's like one of those things where, dude, I grind so hard 18 hours a day and I never get wore out. But every 3 hours, I'm refueling with 100% organic, super clean, the right, most effective, efficient fuel to put in my body so my cells can, in my digestive system can break it down so I can get that output. I think it's so critical, dude.
Well, and that's where you guys, are on such a fabulous level that way. You're inspiring me, to commit to that process as well. And I look at it in a number of ways just like that. It helps you create from the outside on so many levels what really feels good inside, right? And it's not a narcissistic thing. It's about evolving to your highest self. It's the same thing with alcohol. It's the same thing with anything we put into our system. And for me, I look at it, like I've got, I've always had a decent, set of arms and big calves and things like that. But I haven't had a six pack in a long, long time, if I could ever remember having one. And to focus on trying to achieve greatness in that side of things, it makes it feel like you're not doing things half-ass,
Yeah.
right? Because when you're focused on it and committed to it, suddenly it shifts everything in every aspect of your life. And no, maybe it's not for everybody to go to the gym twice a day, never have a glass of wine, or eat clean 7 days a week. But for me right now, it serves my higher purpose. And that's just my path, man. That's just about me wanting to evolve to a place that I believe will be a better spot for me than yesterday was.
Yeah, no, I love that, dude. What's crazy is you don't have to hit the gym twice a day to lose the weight if somebody's like scared about that. And you guys can't let that be an excuse. Don't let that be this like limiting belief you put in your mindset. Like when I lost the majority of my 118 pounds I lost, I did it with not going to the gym at all. I was still drinking beer every single day. You know what I mean? I didn't do it in a healthy fashion, which I should say. I wasn't taking crazy supplements to try to lose the weight. I did it strictly through calorie counting. It wasn't the healthiest way to do it. I lost the weight. Where I got really strict with the actual calorie consumption is like, dude, I turned 33 this past October, like almost exactly about 6 months ago. And it seemed like right then at 33, dude, I hit a wall. Like my energy levels just got shot. Like I didn't know what the hell was wrong. I was like, this is weird, because at that point I was still going to the gym. I mean, I was somewhat watching what I was eating. But then when I cleaned up the diet to a whole nother level, meaning, no processed foods, everything I eat is 100% organic. I consume nothing but water, just like zero alcohol in my system. Dude, that just totally transformed that energy level. I mean, it was just an immediate, like overnight, within a matter of a few days. The difference is just insane.
It's mind blowing, and it really is. And I never, I never was, fall down drinking or drunk or anything like that. Not that I can't have a good party, but for me, the energy side of things, and by not having a few glasses of wine on a Friday night, on Saturday morning when I get up early to coach my kids, I feel 10 times better. And if I can hit the gym after I do that, and that's going to lead into something even better, it just carries on. It's a spillover.
Yeah, and a lot of it is not necessarily even physical. I mean, it is energy, your physical energy, but a lot of it too is brain fog. Like I don't think people get like even a glass of wine or two glasses of wine or a beer, two beers before you go to bed. When you wake up, you're going to have a different brain fog and a different clarity than if you don't. And yeah, there's a lot of different elements that come to it. You there, Ryan? Ryan? Hello, Ryan?
Hey, I'm here.
Okay, sorry, I lost you for a second, dude. Must have lost connection for a second. So, okay, dude. Well, let's kind of transition to your books, your reading. I know you talked about Interrupt the Pattern. We talked about that several times, which is an awesome epic book. But outside of that book, what are maybe your other top one or two favorite all time books that like, hey, any listener out there that's listening, like you need to listen to, or I'm sorry, either listen or read this book or two books.
Yeah, interrupt the pattern. Certainly the biggest game changer that I've read. I'm really digging a book right now called The Shadow. It's by three authors. Deepak Chopra is one of them. It talks a lot about duality, which I think that a lot of people can recognize. And anything that is promoting, promoting the higher self. I love that stuff. I eat it up. I always have. I'm not a big fiction guy. I want stuff that's going to fuel me.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the shadow, that's Debbie Ford too, right? She's one of the three authors.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
dude. Anything and everything that lady. Well, and unfortunately, she's no longer here. But holy crap, does she put out some just amazing content that makes your mind go nuts?
Light and darkness, my man. It is some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, there's the what is it? The Shadow Effect, which is probably the one that you're reading right now. I think there's another one called The Light Side of the Dark Chasers or something like that. That's just another just yeah, yeah. Her whole series, dude, is pretty amazing. On an off note, do you incorporate any type of like meditation into your routine?
I'm trying to. I won't say that I do it well enough yet. It's something that I'm trying to commit to. It is hard. I think that it is one of the most humbling things I've ever tried to do. I'm trying to commit to even 5 or 10 minutes a few times a week, like 3 times a week, where I'm focusing on my breath and things like that. And it does change the game, but it is humbling to realize how hard it is to focus on that and just let it all go.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy, but it really shows us really how we just let life escape from us, dude. Like anybody that's listening to this, try this for a second. Like just set your timer for 5 minutes. Don't listen to anything. Just kind of focus maybe on your breathing for 5 minutes, but not checking your cell phone, not checking anything, and experience how hard that is. It's pretty nuts that like we can't go 5 minutes without allowing ourselves to be interrupted or distracted. And that's what we've really created, dude. So yeah, it is tough, dude, in the beginning, but it's definitely one of those big game changers, man.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I want to get into that more for sure, for sure.
All right, dude. So you're at 65 agents as of today. Just hired your 65th agent. This is your 16 months into this. You guys are just booming and creating this. What's next for you guys? I mean, what are maybe your hey my our 12-year goals, 5-year goals? Like how big do you want to take this?
I can tell you right now, like I said, our number one goal is to be the best brokerage in our marketplace. And I will say that that for us isn't measured by the size of the brokerage. We want to have the number one per agent production in the city. That's first and foremost because that means our agents are just rocking, they're happy, they're making money. Hopefully, they're growing on the personal level as well. And if we can facilitate or help facilitate any of that, that would be killer. We've had lots of calls from, smaller towns, other cities. Are we going to franchise it? Are we going to do some business coaching? That's, I think, a little bit down the road. If we explore some of those opportunities, we want to grow this brokerage with the right people. Sean, very, very committed to that. And then move from there. It's a focus to hit that goal. Number one brokerage with per agent production because then we realize that the dream has certainly happened. That we provided that value that we promised, and we're committed to that.
What is that number? I mean, what do you have to hit to achieve that?
In our city, our old brokerage actually always typically had it. I think it was right in and around the 16 to 18 deals per agent number. That's a really nice brokerage that's at about the 110 agent mark. So as we grow upwards of 80 to 100 agents, if we were pounding out 20 deals, 25 deals per agent, that would be pretty solid.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, especially I mean, we break it down. Your other brokerage, 18 is 16 to 18 is nuts. I mean, the industry standards what 4, 6, 8 maybe. So
5.4 homes in our market. Organically, we're getting good people. The people and the relationships we're building, and not just the sales side, but it's changing some people's lives. That's a fantastic reward. We're going to do some more stuff on the social space, probably, on really, really killer event this fall, here in our marketplace. We've got a few speaking gigs that we're doing. I'm sitting on a panel where John actually headlines in May. So that'll be pretty cool because I'll get to meet the man in person.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm going to meet with you and Terry at some point too.
Yep, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely, dude. So, what would you say personally drives you? I mean, you're a driven dude. You've been driven not just in your business, but now you're embarking on this, hardcore drive with your health and other things. I mean, what do you think it is that drives you personally deep down?
Deep down, it's just wanting to be my best self. And yeah, that relates to an addictive personality. So maybe the addiction drives that, but I know exactly what drives addiction. That's trauma, and that's a big, big can of worms right there. But when I look at what drives me, number one purpose is bettering myself. I'd love to say it's my family, but by bettering myself and mastering myself, that will spill over into a much, much better, intimate circle and the personal relationships that I have.
Yeah, love it, dude. So if let's just say hypothetically, like something happened, dude, you lost everything. Like you literally lost, your entire business. You had, I don't know, maybe $500 to your name left over. You had to start from scratch. You had to rebuild what you built from scratch, but you now know everything that you know now. You've experienced everything that you experienced, but you got to start from scratch all over again. Like what was like maybe the first thing or two things that you would go out there and do immediately to go out there and rebuild this empire that you've built and you continue to build today?
If I had $500, I would try and get as many people in a room as possible to get face to face in front of them and tell them whatever I was doing. Whether that was selling real estate, whether it was selling something else, it's just about getting face to face and showing people how I can connect with them, and show them that I believe in them, they believe in me.
So you would hold an event, invite anybody and everybody that you know in any type of social circle, and you'd spend that 500 getting that invite out, putting the event on, and just networking.
You got it, man.
Uh,
Contact sport.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I love that. That's an awesome answer, dude. All right, man. Well, we're just about ready to wrap up here. We've covered a lot of just amazing, amazing content, dude. Again, I really appreciate and honor you being on the show. I know how busy you are, and I greatly, as well as our listener base, I know that they greatly appreciate you being on the show, as well. But before we hang up here, our listener base, dude, is a lot of real estate agents, real estate owner brokers. We have a lot of mortgage brokers on the show, as well as a lot of other just epic entrepreneurs from a lot of different industries. Is there any last words of advice that you really want our listeners to hear? Like, look, dude, if you just go out there and do this one thing, maybe it's something that we didn't cover, maybe something that we kind of hit that you want to dig deeper on. Any last like really parting words of advice that you want our people to hear to just go out there and just create that epic life for themselves and live life to its fullest?
Number one, constantly take inventory of yourself and where you're at, whether it is at the beginning stages of success or once you have reached a peak state of business success, because it's important to know the self very, very clearly. And I'll steal a line from Mr. Cheplack. Um, Energy flows where attention goes. And I think if people focus on where they're putting their attention, they will know where their energy is going.
Yeah, I love that, dude. So just real quick, I know those are supposed to be parting words, but I got a question about that. When you talk about doing inventory, constantly doing inventory for yourself, um, what do you do? Like, what do you spend 10 minutes a day just in solitude with the journal, just dealing in realities and analyzing? Like, how do you do it? How often do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I put pen to paper once a day. I fully believe in coaching as well. I always have from a sales standpoint, and a mentoring standpoint that way. But on the personal development side, man, I can't say enough about Interrupt the Pattern and Joshua. Like you've been through that process. For me, it has changed my life, like literally. And I know John talks about a path, and like he's a vehicle for his guides and things like that. And I'm still trying to understand that. But that guy is badass in facilitating change that can impact everything. And maybe somebody else has a different flavor that one of your listeners is going to dig. But for me, that guy showed up for whatever reason. Maybe it was because I was ready. And that guy has helped me facilitate a change that I am forever grateful for. Like, that guy and I will know each other until the day I die, or until he does. But he's so healthy, I think I'm going out the door first.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. And again, you guys, John and I put down about a 2-hour podcast. That's back. So if you go back, you look at that, that'll give you a great introduction. It's a free introduction of who John Cheplak is, what he is, what he's about, an interview just like this that, we go pretty deep, just about that stuff, health, fitness, business, how he created his epic businesses. So go check that out too. And we appreciate it. And Ryan, appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate all the knowledge that you shared. I know you're a busy guy, and appreciate you taking out about 2 hours out of your busy day to drop this knowledge on our listeners and really giving back to the world. And that's our I truly believe is you and I as leaders, our job is to constantly transfer value to the marketplace and inspire others to just live amazing lives and have that positive impact. And I greatly appreciate being here, dude, and taking time out of your day to do that.
Well, Joshua, I am humbled, honored, and very, very grateful that you had me on the show. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, dude. And to all our listeners, I know I end every single podcast this way, but information is useless without implementation. Execution is the heartbeat of everything in life, dude. Whether it's your business, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your health, the second you stop executing or choose not to execute, is the second you start decaying. Your business will start decaying. So take this amazing information that Ryan's dropping. This stuff that you guys are going to get this access anywhere else in the planet. As a dude that first year out of the gates, 117 deals, continues to crush it. This is free information you can't get anywhere else, but it's going to be useless unless you choose to take action and implement right now. So take this great information, pick 2, 3, 4 things that you're going to start implementing immediately, implement in your business, go out there, keep dominating, keep crushing it, keep listening, share these interviews with everybody that you know, and you guys have an epic, awesome day. Appreciate you being here. Take care. Thank you for listening. Do not forget to follow me on Facebook, Joshua Smith GSD, on Twitter, @Joshua Smith GSD, Instagram, Joshua Smith GSD. Make sure to also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Type in Joshua Smith, and I'm the good-looking cat at the top. If you haven't already, go to www.joshuasmithgsd.com and subscribe to our email list. You'll get these interviews sent to you via email, along with my blog, videos, updates, and all that other fun shit. As always, make sure you're taking action. Take all this golden information that you're getting delivered here and make sure you're applying it. Information without implementation is the start of delusion. So implement. Take massive levels of action. Get your hustle on. Get into GSD mode and go dominate. Peace out, guys, and see you next time.